This is what we were all hoping for, as the opportunity for the Dodgers has just become the highest it has been after the Blue Jays made a move regarding one player in specific. Bo Bichette's market is now wide open. We're going to be breaking it down, going over not just what this means for the Dodgers, but also the next steps in this entire process. We have a lot to break down here in today's video, including how the Dodgers are able to solidify this team with one more move, and we have a lot to kind of go over when it does come down to what other possibilities there are for the Los Angeles Dodgers, especially regarding the infield market, with this move now being official by the Blue Jays, giving the Dodgers one major opportunity. Before we get into all of the news today, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the US, and on their platform, you can trade yes or no on real-life events, sports, elections, or really anything. And if you're in California, Texas, or anywhere across the US, Kalshi is live in all 50 states. For sports fans, you can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. And with the Dodgers, we have a lot of very interesting numbers. And when you're looking at the win total number right now, the Dodgers are sitting at 95, which is obviously a very likely chance we see this Dodgers team get there, as well when it comes to the World Series, favored by quite a bit, only on top of the New York Yankees. So there's a lot of interesting things here, and I certainly like what we're looking at on this front. It's a smarter way for you to use your sports or news knowledge and can close position whenever you want. So download Kalshi with the link in the description and use the code DIGESTMLB to get $20 when you trade 100. And thank you, Kalshi, for sponsoring this video. Now, it's been an absolutely wild past couple of days across the MLB, with Kazuma Okamoto going to the Blue Jays, but that opens the door for the Dodgers. Now, looking at this from Jon Heyman, he says the Phillies are among teams now that are on the big market team style for Bo Bichette. However, many people think that this is unlikely, leaving the Yankees, Cubs, Dodgers, and Red Sox, as well as the Blue Jays, as the market for Bo Bichette. And we know 300 versus fastballs, breaking balls, and also changeups and splitters. So, just throwing that into the mixes as well, Jon Heyman is emphasizing the impact that Bo Bichette has on any team that really does go out and search for his utilities. But now looking at how Kazuma Okamoto's fit with the Blue Jays affects Bo Bichette, they have quite the busy infield. And by no means does that mean that, it's guaranteed that Bo Bichette is going elsewhere. But this makes it ever more increasingly likely that we see Bo Bichette elsewhere. You look right now, this is what they have as their depth chart before Kazuma Okamoto. Let's keep in mind, he is a first and third baseman, has played 15 games in left field over the past 2 seasons. Whether or not that means it will be an outfielder for him, reports were kind of indicating that a little bit closer to when he did sign. But if the Blue Jays were to put him on the infield, Ernie Clement will likely not go anywhere. He was, a guy who you had to worry about a little bit in the postseason. Andrés Giménez, very good defensively, and of course, Vladdy, we know, is not going anywhere either. So let's assume third base is going to be taken by Kazuma Okamoto. Bo has no fit. The Dodgers now have to take advantage of this. There are no other opportunities. Having this opportunity now where Bo may be on the fence, thinking that, hey, is my spot now taken? Have the Blue Jays gone and just disregarded this? If we see Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers any bit involved in such a market like this, it is time to make that move now, as soon as possible. Knowing the mindset that Bo Bichette may be in, as well as what the Blue Jays kind of market is, and we know that their owners, they're willing to spend, especially after, meeting us in the World Series last year, that's a sign for them. But if we want to be able to shut that down completely, call the Dodgers offseason a massive W, apart from just a huge W, and also be able to go ahead and call the Blue Jays offseason a loss, even with Dylan Cease by losing Bo Bichette. That would be a detrimental one. This Dodgers team has that opportunity to do so now, and especially looking at the market where you see Bo Bichette projected at, what is it, 8 years, $186 million? What is that for the Dodgers? That is absolutely nothing. This is a contract that the Dodgers would be willing to give many other players, let alone Bo Bichette. And you know the competition will be high, that's still no doubt, and you would have to give up at least a little bit more, assuming other teams like the Yankees, the Red Sox, may be involved and try to, outbid or outpay another team for Bo. But regardless, you can assume that this market value could even be higher, and it would be worth it because of how young he is. 27 years old, knowing what he does, and I mean, just looking at how his savant looks right now, he is someone that does not strike out, has the power, will get on base wherever, multiple extra base hits, fielding is not great. But at second base, where the Dodgers would put him because we know Mookie is not moving back to the outfield, it now is an opportunity allowing, Bo Bichette to be here, but given that opportunity, we can assume that it would be Mookie and Bo in the middle, and especially, the bat, that's the big thing you're getting Bo for. Having another at-bat, or another at-bat in the order, which allows for multiple people to score. With that pop opportunity, the Dodgers would miss out significantly on Bo if they do not go out. He is the perfect fit. He is exactly what the Dodgers need, especially when it comes down to scheming this lineup. And I mean, you look at it from Sleeper Dodgers here. They put out their projected kind of lineup. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Bo, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar, Tommy Edman, Andy Pages. Having Bo in the 4-hole is just, an unbelievable thought, especially knowing that Shohei could get on a double or a home run. Mookie get on, Freddie either get on or move him up, and then Bo there. That's a very, very possible 4 runs to start every single game. So, I mean, having a lethal opportunity like this is something that I find the Dodgers very hard to pass up, especially given kind of these new revelations when it does come down to it and how the Dodgers lineup, would fare with not having a Kazuma Okamoto being available anymore. The Blue Jays taking him and all their focus now being on that. Let alone Kyle Tucker, let alone Cody Bellinger, Bo is the one that I think really solidifies this lineup, especially as well when you're looking at the depth right now at second base. Tommy Edman, the uncertainty surrounding the ankle surgery. Ha-Seong Kim, coming off a rookie year, there's opportunities for these guys. But they're not going to be a Bo Bichette. They are not going to be a Bo Bichette. And I want to ask you guys this as well, where I kind of had that idea. Is the Dodgers' final piece Bo Bichette? Let me know what you think. I mean, Kyle Tucker, Cody Bellinger, yes, they're excellent. They're probably in their own world as well, but so is Bo. Bo here, as a second baseman, is exactly what this team needs, and I feel like everything that has gone down the past couple of days opened the biggest door possible for this Dodgers team. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Why for yes and for no, whether Bo is kind of the final piece this Dodgers team needs here from this offseason. Or if you think it's better for a Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker or, something else. Let me know in the comments below. But that is all I have here on this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.